McDavid. Moves in, McDavid goes upstairs! What a goal!
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 10 of this NHL 20 Draft to Glory franchise mode here with the Reading Royals. Today we are jumping into the 2023/24 season with this team where really we are looking to, just start to progress towards having a better kind of overall team here. We're looking to land as many kind of NHL ready players or close to that as possible, but at the same time, it's still going to be a long and rather tedious process here just to land everybody. So I think what we're going to do is just sim through the preseason here. We'll get to the regular season, see how everything's looking. Thomas Nordqvist is going to be staying in the team. We need him to grow here if we're going to have any team success. And as a lottery pick, we gotta have him playing in this team. That is a huge factor with how well we do or not. And Nordqvist isn't the best potential prospect. Obviously, we have some better guys in our team, but at the same time, this team does need to start getting it together here soon if we are going to see any real growth and winning in this team. So as of right now, we don't know what the draft class is looking like. Obviously, we missed out on some centers that would have been elite. That's still what we're looking for, is an elite center. By the looks of it, Yarrow Porter, it's not Jaro, it's Yarrow. Yarrow Porter is probably the only one in there who's actually elite. We'd have to go looking for another guy if we're going to find some kind of elite prospect, and by the looks of it, after that, Holden's a 1 year, but there's not a lot of NHL ready players. This is looking like a weaker draft class already, so that's not spectacular. So really, there's not too much to say about this team. If you look at our team ratings, it's this is what we're working with. We're not going to have a ton of success. We're probably going to be vying for a top lottery pick again, even though he gets screwed by the lottery every year. But that's our team as of right now, 89, 89, 83. 83 goaltending is pretty damn solid with Askarov, but we have to win games. That is something that this team has just been incapable of. And it's going to be a long season, so I will be back with you guys. Maybe we'll stop at the halfway point, depends on how things go, but I still need to get scouting done and things like that. But I will be back at the end of the 2023/24 season. So guys, ending off the 2023/24 season, the Reading Royals put up their worst point total ever with a 24, 43, and 15 record, but somehow still have only the fourth worst record in the league. I can't explain that, how a team is this bad based on our part, but we still have 3 teams finish below us. I can't explain it, man. I can't. And we really didn't see a lot of growth from the team this year. Obviously, a lot of guys kind of struggled in their roles. Somehow Rogers went up in rating. Don't ask me how, but he did. And I'm just a little confused as to how things are going to work moving forward here. Obviously, we've got another draft coming up next episode, but Askarov's an 85 rated. How? I can't explain what is going on here. I think Bobkov might be ready to hit the NHL by next season. That is exciting. And besides that, really not a ton of growth in this team. Mason Mink and Frederick Olas will probably fill out our defensive group, as really we will be getting rid of Carlson and Manel. By the looks of it, Bartlett didn't really grow either. Thank God Olas is a two-way defenseman, because we already have too many defensive defensemen in our team. So we have to kind of balance that out, obviously. So we will figure all that out kind of moving towards next episode, but also I want to show you guys, player scoring, that kind of stuff. This was a down year again, as player scoring and everything kind of decreased on our team. We didn't see a lot of growth, and we are probably going to see some overall dropping as, as the morale takes its effect on our players. But as you can see, it's funny, our top 5 scorers are all our elite players by the looks of it. So, 79 for Hunt, 75 for Zachary. He's a medium franchise, but he's really not growing. 71 there for Bryce Anthony, and Yakimowicz actually scores 59 points, so not too bad on his part either. 32 goals is something you like to see, but I get the feeling he might end up decreasing unless next year he somehow has a wild jump again in his overall. I just don't see that happening. Looking through the rest of the team, nothing spectacular. I would say the minutes for Askarov was kind of the biggest thing that helped him there, increase his overall. Obviously, he lost quite a few more games than he won, but, you got to grow somehow. So, that is going to pretty much wrap up this episode. We just got to check out the league scoring and the league standings as well. So, yeah, as you can see there, we finished bottom of our division, but it's not even close. Carolina wins the President's Trophy. Good for them. Yeah, they've kept that group together very well and done a lot of good things. So if we sort by worst points in the league there, you can see Calgary, Columbus, and Detroit all finished behind us with terrible point totals, man. There's a big gap between 4 and 5, but then there's another big gap between between last and third last. It's not good how bad some of these teams are doing. It's not helping our case for winning a lottery at all. So, looking at the league scoring, Connor McDavid puts up 127 points, has a 60-60 season. Wow. Phil Kessel puts up a 50-50. Same with Ilya Ferganov. Oh my god. Okay, we knew he was good. I didn't think he was going to be that good, though. Holy jeez. 111 points in what? This is just his 3rd year in the league? 4th. Okay. Still. That's insane. Okay. Tomas Hertl scores a lot. Leon Draisaitl scores a lot. Man, that's a crazy year. Obviously, Hosang was your, I believe it was Hart Trophy winner, or maybe Art Ross last year, which was crazy. And yeah, just a whole bunch of these guys are putting up ridiculous numbers. Radislav Melikar, obviously was drafted just before a couple of our players, but yeah, our team is still really struggling to get its feet on the ground, get going, winning games, and yeah, that's going to be the biggest thing here. I wasn't done yet. I need to show you guys defensemen and a couple other things here for league scoring. So, as far as the defensive race goes, Erik Karlsson scores 100 points and really blows the competition out of the water yet again. I cannot believe how much he's scoring for a 33-year-old. That's just insanity. As far as goaltenders go, Tyler Parsons is your best goalie in the league with 47 wins on the Toronto Maple Leafs. My God, Jesper Wallstedt getting up there too. Obviously, he was helping the Coyotes a lot with where they were placing in the standings. And yeah, Wallstedt's going to continue to be an absolute beast. We kind of missed on him, and that's too bad, but whatever. Looking at rookie skaters here. Niles Hoglander is going to win himself the Calder, as nobody else really puts up an impressive campaign. There are a couple guys that were good in here, but Donovan Leach, even though he's 87 overall, only scores 42 points. Brant Clark only got 39. Nordquist had 32 as a 77 overall player. Man, I don't know how some players can perform so well and others are just awful. And it's what? I don't understand rookies. Anyways, that is going to essentially be wrapping it up for this episode. We're going to, get through the postseason, see who wins the cup, and then we will hit the off season just before the draft, obviously. But I'm going to predict Toronto's going to win the cup this year. I get that feeling. They've done it once before in this franchise mode, and I could definitely see them doing it again with the way they've been winning games. So either them or, honestly, I'm going to say Arizona from the Western Conference too. Those two teams, I get the feeling, could be really good. And, well, we'll see. Looking at the draft class, obviously we'd love to land somebody in here. I don't know who. Maybe a defenseman, but really it's hard to figure out who we really need. I'd prefer a center. Like an elite center would be nice in Yarrow Porter, however you say his name. That would be nice, but I doubt we'll maintain our lottery spot. And looking through the rest of this this draft, man, there really are not a ton of options. Bannister will eventually be a really good, he'll be a really good defenseman off the bat. Pierce Bannister. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. Bruce Bates looks like he's going to be all right. And then this guy, Vincent D'Amour. Who knows? Who knows, man? There's a lot of question marks through this draft still. Kapitanov's an elite goalie. Leach is probably not. Besides that, it's still hard to tell who's going to turn out, who's not going to. It's funny because our scouts tell us, oh, this guy's a gem or this guy's a bust, and do they really know? Because they haven't given us any proper potential or scouting on them, so it's kind of hard to judge how effective and reliable our scouts are. Alright, so there are your 2024 Stanley Cup and Calder Cup champions. The Chicago Blackhawks are Stanley Cup champions yet again. This is the first time in this franchise mode, but still good for their franchise. And the Ontario Reign win the Calder Cup for the first time in this franchise mode as well. So at the end of this episode, we are officially done 5 seasons worth of Draft to Glory, which is crazy. We're already a fifth of the way through this franchise mode. And this has been quite a dark period of time for this team. We see a little bit of growth there in Ferguson, but a lot of guys still on the way down by the looks of it. Not good, and that's disappointing. But Scavello, come on, man. You're just ruining your own potential here by not playing well. This is tough to look at because you can see a lot of the decreases in players or players that should be growing that aren't. It's tough to watch because, everyone wants this team to do well eventually, but it's just not coming together really. And we're just going to need a lot more growth and a lot more performance from certain players here if this team's going to go anywhere in the future. So next episode, we will be hitting the 2024 NHL entry draft, looking back at the prospects here one more time. You can see, it's not the greatest draft class overall. It's probably going to be an average one. If you win the lottery, a guy like Amari Menard would be a nice pickup, but I doubt we win the lottery. I honestly am expecting to slide a couple picks, which means we probably aren't even going to land at elite center again. We're probably going to end up with a guy like Zajac or Keeler or somebody like that who's, kind of just a disappointing pick overall. So that's too bad to see. I'm expecting not to win the lottery just because that's been our luck this entire time. If we do win the lottery, there's an option that we could, pick a guy that's a winger and slide him over to center, or maybe pick a winger and then move a guy like Audette or, Yakimowicz. It makes no sense to move him to center, but it could make sense for certain guys to slide into the center position if we do it right. So anyways, we'll save the lottery for next episode, and really, that's going to be it for me. This is Etanyos signing out, and see ya.